know what it is, know how to use it, being able to recognize the UI, being able to adapt and adopt the system very easily, and at the same time give IT the manageability and the integration that they need and deserve. That's the fundamental idea of what Skype for Business is and what we will do in the future building on top of this platform. Specifically, in terms of what the product actually delivers and the value proposition, there are 4 major pillars. First, wonder why it's coming so slow. First, but I know them by heart, so I don't need to read them. First, as a Skype-inspired UI. It's still the Lync client, but we basically have stripped down all the usability, all the UI, all the control of Lync, and replaced them with ones that were basically coming from the legacy of Skype. And there's an incredible amount of learnings that you can have when you have over 300 million users using, as a consumer base, your product every month actively. And when you have about 1 billion people actually downloading the client and having contact with the product, and we have taken all those and brought it into the product. But also has all the full feature set. This is a question, it's such a basic question, but people ask me over and over again, is this a new product? Do I lose feature? No, everything, if you have used Lync 2013 and 2010, everything that you have used and accustomed to is still there available for you. So it's fundamentally still the same feature set. We've updated quite a bit the server infrastructure of Skype for Business, and I'll go into a little bit of more details, but the 3 things to remember is that we still offer a server. We deliver the service as part of Office 65, and we're also starting to improve, and will be a lot of innovations coming forward, the ability to do hybrid. So have split users, some that are managed in the cloud, some that are managed on-prem, so that you can have the ability to manage and control your environment in ways that was unprecedented before, specifically if you're using Office 65. And then enterprise grade. We have learned tons from 2013 to Skype for Business in terms of how to bring the system at scale. Even within Microsoft, we have now about 180,000 employees all running on Skype for Business, about 100,000 employees, the rest are all contractors and suppliers. And in the last 2 years, we've tested and stressed the system in ways that we would have never thought before in terms of what we've seen from usage. Primarily, the change that we've seen is that 3 years ago when we actually designed Lync, most of the people at Microsoft were wired in. Now 99% of people at Microsoft are completely wireless, in most cases working not in their office. And seeing how we had to adapt the system to the new environment and new performance requirement, we've taken all that and build it into the Skype for Business server and the Office 65 service. So we believe it will offer an enterprise reliability that's much better than what we had in the past. Specifically for end users, what it means is twofold. If people ask me, hey, why is this important from an end user perspective? One, no matter if you are a student, that you come straight from school and come to work, or if you're a grandfather, you have probably used Skype. You come into the environment at work with your PC that's been probably given to you by IT. If there is Office running on it, now instead of an L, that you did not know what it was, now that you'll see a big S, the recognition, the ability to really take advantage of it and start using it is quite powerful. We have seen from early adopters that the response of users to the new Skype for Business client is 5 to 10x better what Lync was. So quite incredible response in terms of the difference. And admittedly, I always say a joke here, and that is when I, in terms of demonstrating the power and the power of the brand and the power of people knowing and using this. When I worked on Lync and started working on Lync, when I went to parties, and people ask me, hey, or got social gatherings, what do you do at Microsoft? I always start saying, well, I work on this product called Lync. Everybody looked at me with like, eyes, did not know what it was, and I launched myself in a very exciting experience of telling them, hey, you can do this and this and that, and confuse the hell out of people. And suddenly I realized that the only thing I needed to do is, hey, do you know what Skype is? Everybody say, yeah, we've used it. It's Skype for the enterprise. Done. I could move into the next topic, and they were all happy having an idea of what I was actually working on. It's a simple story, and I know a silly one, but it gives you an idea of the power of using such a recognized brand, such a recognized UI to provide a different experience to the user base. The other one is connectivity to the entire Skype network. And that basically means that not only you're integrated with Active Directory, not only as an organizational users, you can see everybody that's in your organization, but if IT allows you to, you'll be able to connect and search with everybody that's on the Skype network. We're using actually Bing search technology to look up the Skype directory and for you to be able to say, hey, I'm looking for this person in this part of the world with this information, and see the search results changing on the fly, being able to connect to see if they are on presence online, and then exchange information with them. That, we believe, will open up new, powerful business-to-business and business-to-consumer type of connectivity and collaborations. And then, of course, has all the feature set of Lync, as I said, and it supports all platforms, very much like Lync and Skype, actually taking that, moving forward and being a cross-platform product, because we know that no matter if you are on iPads or phones, communication must be universal, and you need to have access to it from many endpoints that you might have. Now, on the IT side, number one, we have actually improved the server with all the reliability that I've mentioned before. We're now built on the latest version of SQL. We have new functionality in terms of the always-on features, give better reliability, ability to basically store information and see how it's coming and how the system is working and now to correct it. But the biggest thing that we're going to be doing a lot more in the future is actually the ability of doing hybrids. What we hear from our customers is, hey, I don't know if I want server or cloud quite yet. I want the flexibility of choosing. I want the flexibility of saying this workload and this set within the organization of people, I want them here. And then for other groups in the organization, I want them to use in other, with other configurations. An example of it would be classic enterprise, for example, that's centralized. Starbucks, for example, most of people, they're in Seattle, and then they have all the retail shops. And an example of it, the discussions that we were having, they're not using our product yet, but the discussion that we're having is, hey, I want to use everybody here within corporation here in Seattle on my own data center, because they're usually managers, they're usually people that I want to have complete control of the information. But for all retail stores, I want them all in the cloud. The ability to do that, the ability to be flexible enough to deliver that, it's what we aim to do, and what Skype for Business as a foundation provides and start providing. Now, I want to talk a little bit about Office 65. And usually we don't talk much about Office 65 when we come to Enterprise Connect and this audience, because we talk specifically around our product, Lync and Skype. But it's important to stress the fact that we don't see Skype for Business in the future only as a separate product. It's fully integrated with the rest of the Office 65 products. And you see that in that you basically not only have real-time communication, but of course everything that Office 65 and Office provides. Word, PowerPoint, Exchange, Mail, you name it. They're all there, all working together in one single application and services that we deliver. And the value proposition, what we do is not only the sum of the parts. When Office 65 gets delivered together, we think of the value that we can provide to our customers in threefold. Number one, basically the ability to provide better collaboration than ever before, the ability to do meetings, I'll talk a little bit more about that later, the ability to co-author documents together, the ability to be mobile and on all platforms, then the ability to have personalized insight and really move out from the communication space, but have the ability to look at data real time and analyze it and work together with other people, all Office 65. And then people-centric compliance in terms of having people able to connect and work and manage their information and manage their security in the cloud, super, super important. And it's always changing. We are now in the engineering organization delivering a server every couple of years, we believe, and then updating the Office 65 service every month. And so you see a lot of product innovations coming. I'm not going to go through the list here, but just a few things that you should know about, because they're, I think, important to how we will build the Skype for Business in the future. Delve into Office Graph. Think about this as a substrate in Office 65. The system knows everything that users do, and you can gather that information and use it to not only provide things that that people want to do, but to be intelligent and smarter about how to make them productive in the future. We have delivered this application called Delve that can give users the ability to see how they're spending time, who they're sending emails to, who they're communicating with, again using intelligence that's storing the system in a different way, all integrated with Skype for Business. You can imagine that if I always communicate and always I am with my coworker Joe, the system would have to know that. It would have to know when was the last time I talked to them, what I've done, and help me be more productive and help me be more effective at what I do. Now, we're going to take all this in Office 365 in the future, and we're going to evolve it and take the base of that and make it a lot more ready for real-time media and real-time communication. We have all the usage on the Skype network. We can see the calls that are made. We can see everything that's been done on the system. And we have 37 data centers worldwide in Office 365. We manage over 1 million core servers at this point in time. Incredible scale. And we're going to take that to the next level. We want to make that ready for real time so that you can have milliseconds of response time, no matter where you are in the world, using Office 365 and our backbones for real-time communication. So we know, for example, that working in the last mile between our data centers and the customer edge of the network is really important. Right now, we basically have provided our customers the ability to connect over the wild internet. And one of the things that we've done is working with telecommunication providers to expand what used to be called the connectivity between our data centers and the customer edge, and really provide the ability to have a managed network that customers can buy and deploy. And so now we have basically worked with